Hi, I'm Dorothy Neufeld with the Investing News Network, and here with me today at the Extraordinary Futures Conference is Charlie Glavin, CEO of Boardwalktech Software. Thank you for being here today.
Thanks for having me.
So I want to first talk about the story behind Boardwalktech. How did it all begin?
I came in, I was actually looking for a company that was involved in the enterprise software arena that was trying to look at blockchain. And by that, I mean not cryptocurrency, but rather trying to remove the inefficiencies within the overall market. Currently, I'm sure most people would recognize this, most information is passed around via email with attachments, such as Excel spreadsheets. And each time there's a change that's made on that spreadsheet, a new version goes out, and then you pretty much have scores, if not hundreds of different versions going out there. Believe it or not, this is how most of the Fortune 500 companies who spend $1 billion on SAP still reconcile most of their orders right now. What Boardwalk does is they actually create a centralized form, a digital ledger. Think of it like a spreadsheet where you can have multiple people around the world working on the same spreadsheet at exactly the same time. And every single change is made by an authorized user with an entire history of that transaction. So now you have auditability, traceability, and authentication surrounding it.
That's so interesting. So can you tell me about some of the clients that you have right now?
Yeah. So right now we have 26 of the Fortune 500 companies who are actually using our platform. Not in pilot stage, but actually using it on a recurring basis. 90% of our customers are recurring from a retention standpoint, but more importantly, they're expanding their usage right now. And so we have companies such as Ernst & Young, who has deployed it out to the global tax group. Apple actually uses it to track all of their cost and delivery schedules, and Tim Cook gets a daily report every single day on it. And the key within that is, again, we're trying to help them remove inefficiencies and improve their system. One large semiconductor company, we're enabling them to cut the time for response for a request for pricing from 5.5 days to 1.5 days. And a US apparel company was able to get a 5x return in the first year of using our system. So we're not talking about a concept or nice to have. This is real returns and ROI for those Fortune 500 companies, and why we believe we're going to continue to expand.
Fascinating. And can you tell me more about the market that you're seeing?
So the market right now is predominant by companies such as SAP and relationship databases. And what we're not asking people to do is remove it, but rather add a layer on top of it. So we don't rewrite software. We actually come in above that existing level and existing models and help improve the quality and efficiency of the system. And that in turn generates significant ROI for the end customer. So the best way to kind of describe it is, I look at it approaching a head of IT at one of these Fortune 500s and say, you're a really good doctor, but you're using an X-ray machine. How about if I make you a better doctor by selling you an MRI machine? Just think how much better you could be. That's essentially the concept that we're approaching. We're not trying to be invasive, but rather augment their capabilities.
Interesting. And what would you say are some of the most common misconceptions in this space?
Probably the biggest one is blockchain doesn't just mean cryptocurrency right now. We actually have a patented cell-based technology that tracks every single transaction with a timestamp and a hashtagging. Technically, that is a blockchain technology overall. What it really provides is a traceability and timestamping for authentication of every single transaction for as long as they've got a history of it. But it's that concept of we are the baby thrown out with the bathwater. When we went public initially, people thought of it as a cryptocurrency. So when the market rolled over, we end up being thrown out. And yet we've actually grown our revenue since that time, reduced our EBITDA. We're within targeting 6 months to get to profitability at this point, have their debt as well. And yet people think of us as, oh, you're another crypto company. And we're like, no, we're an enterprise software company with recurring revenue, 90% margins, 90% retention rate. And you are the best secret. But guess what? 26 Fortune 500 companies have staked some of their critical operations on our platform. What do they know that you as the investor don't know?
90% margins, I don't think I've ever seen. In terms of this space, where are you seeing the greatest opportunities?
The greatest opportunities right now are within the supply chain management, reconciliation of orders, particularly in a global environment where you may have a supplier coming out of Asia for an order that's being placed in North America for ultimate delivery in Europe. Global market doesn't sleep right now, and yet if you're trying to send around purchase orders via attachments by email, you're bogged down by that overall. So continued penetration within supply chain would be one. Track and trace, which is another type of quality or asset tracking, would be another one. That could be pharmaceuticals through food as well. So the primary markets right now are consumer electronics, technology. Food and beverage would be another one, but we can also expand into pharmaceuticals. We have a couple of customers right now. But here's the more important thing, maybe. We estimate, and actually it's not our estimation, but by some third parties, that a typical Fortune 500 company would have 100 different applications that could be run on a centralized digital ledger, and that's what we provide. We're looking to add 10 applications per customer, $250,000 base license, $75,000 for each one of those additional applications. We're only looking at 10 applications. Add those together, that's a $1 million per year recurring revenue per customer. And we're on track. One of our larger customers just increased their recurring license from $500,000 last year to $1 million per this year. So this isn't just, this is our plan, this is the beginning of that reality that's coming to fruition.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, what are the plans that you have for the future?
The plans right now are, one, to increase our pipeline, or I should say tap in and accelerate our pipeline. So we're getting more input and solicitations from customers wanting to use us. I need to increase my sales force and support overall. Not that we require a lot. One of those large Fortune 500s that's paying us $500,000, we only have one on-site person who we get reimbursed for. So this isn't a team of 40 people out there. But if I can hire more people, if I can add some more cash on my balance sheet to accelerate the pipeline, we believe that the model will, and getting to profitability and beyond will occur that much faster.
Well, thanks so much.
Well, thank you for having me.
Once again, I'm Dorothy Neufeld with the Investing News Network.